Questions for Grant Gano, please raise your hand. We'll start with Michael Lev, Arizona Daily Star.
Grant, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How would you describe kind of what the overall mood is of the team coming out of a game like this? Few people outside the building expected you to win. You almost did. You know, you're within one score. What's the overall mood and your overall takeaway?
Obviously, we're disappointed. You know, we go up late. I mean, I take full responsibility for throwing that pick early in the game that kind of screwed us later down on the line. So, but there's definitely some disappointment. It comes with a loss, especially when it's that close. When, you know, everyone is saying you're the underdog, literally everyone. So, but I mean, we already got rid of that disappointment. We're optimistic and we're driven right now. You know, that's a close game with I think 20th ranked team in the nation. Our first game of the year. I mean, defense looked great. Everyone on the side of the offensive ball looked great. I mean, we're optimistic and we're driven right now. We want to be great. We want to win games here. We're not settling for losing ever. Like, we are tired of losing, and we are going to bring some wins.
So what was the thought process on the final sequence? Was it just a little bit too far to do the Hail Mary?
Yeah, yes, sir. After I took that sack, I think it put it at like a 70-yard throw. So we settled to do rugby, which is just pitching the ball, and it didn't work out.
Please raise your hand if you have a question. Steve Rivera.
I can't hear you, sir.
Steve, you're muted.
Yeah, I got it. Did you anticipate to run so much? You did a heck of a job running a lot and eluding them.
Yeah, I definitely watched the ASU game. Jaden Daniels did a great job in that two-man looker when they're bringing pressure to find the gap and get 10 yards, get a first down for the team. So, I mean, I didn't expect them to do that to me, but they did, and I took it as an advantage and used it.
Jason Shear, Wildcat Authority.
Hey, Grant, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you just talk a little bit about Gary Brightwell's performance today?
Yeah, I'm so proud of that guy. You know, his story. He's family to me, and I'm so proud of him. He's a hard runner. He's fast. He's elusive, and he put his heart on the line out there on the field. And I'm so proud of him. He's a baller. I see him playing on Sundays.
Justin Spears, Arizona Daily Star.
What allowed you to kind of get that connection developed right away with Tavian Cunningham?
I mean, the dude's a track guy. Speed's something that you can't teach. You have it. And when he's running like that, you just throw the ball as far as you can. He runs under it. So it just took maybe a week of just throwing deep balls and stuff like that in shallows because he's going so fast to get that timing down with each other.
We'll go back to Michael Lev.
So you guys were pretty methodical in the first half, moving the ball pretty well. And then the third quarter was kind of feast or famine. What changed there a little bit? You had the one big play, but you're also stalling out a little bit.
I would definitely say penalties killed us the most. I mean, that's just something we can't have and we have to work on. That's the number one drive killer is penalties, and we just can't do it as offense. I mean, some of it's on me, it's other guys. We just all as a group cannot have penalties.
They forced you to hold the ball, I would say, more than you probably wanted to. What were they doing to kind of, slow down your thought process or just force you to hesitate a little bit at times?
When they would give me that drop 8 look, when we had deep routes called, it's just hard to throw deep in the drop.
Is there something in retrospect that you feel like you maybe could have done better in those situations?
Hit the check down, not holding the ball, not be greedy, just take the check down. It's on me.
Jason Shear.
Been a while since you guys played a football game. I guess what was it like finally being able to get out there and play some football?
I love it. Everyone loves it. That's what everyone is here to do, is to play football and go to school. Also, sorry, I didn't mean it like that, but I didn't mean anything like that. But just felt great to be out there to hit people, to throw the ball, have timing routes, and those butterflies are something you live for. I love that. Being able to game-winning drives, go down there, score, stuff like that. That's what you live for.
Did you feel it took you guys a little bit to get going because it's been so long, or how do you feel you guys started?
I felt like we started off. That first drive once again is on me. I clutched the ball and then I ended up throwing a pick because it was too high after I clutched it. So that's on me. But after that, I felt like I felt like the offense was rolling, and I don't think it's been as, I don't know numbers and everything, but I felt like that's as good as it's been since I've been here. And we were rolling against number 20 team in the nation, you know, underdogs, and we're moving the ball on them. So we're as an offense, we're feeling really good right now.
Troy Hutchison, All Sports Tucson.
So Grant, you guys hit 8 different receivers today. As a quarterback, how does it feel to have so many weapons to throw it to?
That's quarterback's dream. Makes my job that much easier. I mean, our whole receiver room is loaded. Even the running backs, they come out of the backfield, we're loaded. It makes my job just so much easier. We're super underrated at the skill position.
Final question for Grant will be Steve Rivera.
Can you talk real quick about playing under the conditions, few fans, just the atmosphere, how that was?
It was actually pretty cool. They had that the crowd sound playing on the surround sound, so I didn't really see too much difference. You could hear that sound, but it was a little weird looking up and not seeing that many fans. It kind of was like a high school game.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Grant.
Thank you, guys.
Questions for Rourke Freeberg, please raise your hand. Michael Lev, Arizona Daily Star.
Hey there, Rourke. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Good, thanks. When did you find out that you were going to be starting today?
Well, I'd actually been starting the entire fall camp. So I've been running with the ones, and I figured that ultimately I was getting the nod. And then, come game week after running with the ones for 3 weeks and getting ready for Utah, I was told I was going to be the starter. So it was unfortunate when they canceled our Utah game, but got my head back on and was getting ready for USC. But I'd known since the start of camp that I was going to be the starter.
What did that come as a surprise to you at all that you were able to, as a walk-on, ascend to that position?
It's funny because if you would have told me like 2 or 3 years ago that, your senior year you'd be starting, I honestly would have been like, yeah, you're probably right, just because that's the mentality I show up with every day is I'm going to work hard. I'm going to earn that spot. But at the same time, you understand I'm a walk-on. There's not a lot of walk-ons that are starting in the Pac-12 or really across the country. So it does, but it also doesn't at the same time. And I take a lot of pride in being a walk-on that's starting on this defense.
So what did you see out there on the field today as far as the way the game went, how your defense performed? What were your kind of overall takeaways from the way the defense kind of hung in there against USC?
A lot of ups and downs. I felt like in the first half we did a good job of minimizing the big plays, tackling good, stopping the run. Getting off the field on third down, that was something we struggled with today, and those are pretty much the 4 keys that Coach Rhodes had said we needed to do to win the game. And I felt like we did a pretty good job of that until the second half. But it's funny because our offense runs a very similar scheme, RPO, stretch, high-low, stuff like that. So to be honest with you, it was almost like we were playing against our offense today. So I felt very comfortable. I was a little nervous all day. It was my first start, but once I got out on the field, and it was almost like second nature to me. So,
Jason Barr, K-Gun.
Yeah, hi, Rourke. Were you in the game on that final drive? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't look like you were.
I was not. We had gone to our nickel package, and that's more of a defensive back package, and then we got 4 guys rushing the passer. So I'm not in that package, so I was not on that drive.
How would you describe your style of play?
My style of play? I play with heart, play with passion. Out of high school, I didn't get a lot of looks recruiting wise. I actually missed my whole senior year because of a broken collarbone. So, being a walk-on, I understood that it was going to take, hard work and showing up every day and busting my butt to earn a role on this team. And I guess you could just say I'm a passionate football player who cares. And, this is what I want to do as long as I can. So a passionate guy who cares about this team and cares about this game and wants to win.
How does it feel to have come so close today? I mean, you guys were there with the lead in the final minute and couldn't hold on. Can you share that kind of frustration or disappointment or how that feels?
Yeah, it's tough. You get so close, you have your offense drive down and put up a really good drive to take the lead. And then, unfortunately our defense just couldn't make the plays to get off the field towards in that 2-minute drill. But we'll get that corrected later this week. But it's tough, man. You got a lot of guys in this team that have worked really hard. We've gone through a lot of adversity the last, 4 or 5 weeks, getting the game canceled and just, having guys leave and whatnot. But I have full faith in this team because I feel like the guys that are playing want to be here. The team that's out on that field today with guys that want to be here and care and want to win. So while today was unfortunate, I think moving forward, I think everybody here has full belief in what we got going on here.
Justin Spears.
Rourke, what did you think the defense showed a lot of people today when what that unit is capable of?
We're not a laughing stock. I feel like the last couple of years, our defense had kind of not really performed to what we wanted it to. And I think today, with what we showed, Coach Rhodes' scheme and the staff he's put together has really honed in on, knowing and understanding a defense. And I think, you had 11 to 20 some guys, however many other guys got in the rotation today, that really showed that that's what it takes. And I feel like, while we let up 33 points, at the same time, we also made a lot of big plays and held the number 20 ranked USC Trojan offense to 17 points in the first half. And, I think we can build off of that. While we lost, I think, moving forward, we can take some pieces and build off of, but at the same time, we got to get a lot of stuff corrected.
And what is something that you were pleased with, and what is also something that maybe you guys need to work on?
Our effort. I really feel like, in terms of what I was pleased with, our effort, I felt like we never quit, not one time, no matter what the score was, what the situation was, whether they got the ball and we threw a pick on that first drive, and our defense, holds them to 2 third downs. Like I said, that's when we got to get off the field. But, I feel like we played tough and not one time gave up. But at the same time, we have to make those plays in those critical situations. Down 2 minutes to go, up 3 points or whatever it was. We gotta make the plays to win games. That's what it's going to take to, ultimately win a Pac-12 championship and, win football games.
Final question, Michael Lev.
Did you have any friends or family members at the game? And then also, what did you think of the overall environment and atmosphere in the stadium?
I did. I had my dad, my little brother, and my girlfriend here. So it's really good to have a good support system behind me that, wants to show up and watch me play. And, it's funny because, being a guy that hadn't really played a whole lot in the last few years and being on the scout team and really only playing special teams, it was almost like my only opportunity was, like I said, on special teams or, make plays in practice. So it was always in an empty stadium. And while we had, 50 some fans here or something like that, it was almost ironic to be in an empty stadium because that's the only time I ever had an opportunity. But I definitely look forward to making more plays off opportunity and moving forward as a successful football team.
Thank you, Rourke.
Thank you.
Questions for Michael Wiley, please raise your hand. Justin Spears.
Michael, how do you think Grant performed today?
I think he performed the way he was supposed to perform. At the end, that was a perfect drive he put up. I think he did great. It just kind of shows the potential he has and the greatness he can do out to any team. I think he played great today.
And what was the overall mindset for the offense going into today's game?
The overall mindset was just score. It's always to score. I think every offense should just have that mindset to just what Coach Mazzoni said was plunge recklessly. Don't worry about the win. Don't worry about the loss. Just play hard, and the effort was clearly there. And from the offensive standpoint, we can't really complain. We left it out on the field. It was competitive.
And, when you said, Coach Mazzoni said not to worry about the win or the loss, did you guys feel like there wasn't a lot of pressure on you guys and that allowed you guys to play more free?
A little bit. You always got to have it back in your head, like, we got to win. But, just if you play with effort, the outcome will be positive. If effort is everything.
Michael Lev.
Even though you guys lost and Grant was very clear that, losing this game is unacceptable, it still was an encouraging performance in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. What do you think this performance can do for the team and the program moving forward?
It was a tough loss, but I think this performance was good for our confidence. Going into next week against Washington, I think there's a lot of things that we can get better at and a lot of things that we can improve on. For me personally, I just got to do a little better on the pass pro, and that's something that can be easily cleaned up. And so little things like that are just easy to do, and the potential for this team is high.
Sure, your backfield mate, Gary Brightwell, really kind of carried the load there for chunks of this game. What did you think of his performance?
I think he played great. There's things that he did really good on. There was a drive where it was pretty much him for the most point. And I think he did wonderful this game. Although I sat out, I didn't complain. He was doing good out there, so I can't complain.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be back momentarily with Coach Sumlin.